Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing a monthly reading for you guys. I'm going to start with your current energy, Sagittarius, and then we're going to look at December week by week all the way to the end of December. Now, as always, don't force yourself into a reading, but do remember that this is predictive in nature. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Sagittarius? What would you like Sagittarius to know for December? All right, Sagittarius, you are starting out with the Six of Cups reversed, and it is crossed by the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, so there's something here from your past that you could be blocking someone or something out. It has to do with the past, something you're trying to release, but there's a blockage here. For some of you, you're dealing with a soulmate, and there's a blockage in that situation. In the recent past, we have the Knight of Wands. You could have had communication with this person, but they may have come in really quick and left just as quickly. While this is happening, well, the Nine of Pentacles. You're showing up here in a very single but yet independent energy. It looks like your money is doing well, and I do feel like you're in a very independent energy. So that's positive. Let me see what's on your mind. Show me what is on Sagittarius' mind. King of Wands in the reverse. You could be doubting yourself a little bit. Some of you might be a little bitter with somebody. But there's a sense here of you doubting yourself, needing to kind of step into your power. Show me December for Sagittarius. The Queen of Cups. Well, that's love. That's love. That's being very selective, however, with your feelings and your emotions. So show me the outcome, or I'm sorry, show me how Sagittarius is showing up in this reading. You're showing up as a Star card in reverse. Your feelings are a little bit up and down, a little bit sometimes you're feeling a little hopeless, other times you kind of get it together. But there's a sense here of your emotions being kind of all over the place a little bit, which does coincide with what I'm seeing here, that you could be feeling a little powerless at times. The energy that's coming towards you is the Ten of Wands in the reverse. Somebody who wants to resolve problems, who wants to work things out with you. Somebody who may have felt overwhelmed in the past, but now is seeing their way clear. Show me Spirit's advice. All right, we have the High Priestess. Spirit is saying follow your intuition here. Move quietly, but follow your intuition. There could be things that are not as obvious, so you're going to have to rely on that tuition. Let's see the outcome. Show me the outcome. The end of December. Queen of Wands in the reverse. A lack of action. Not really taking any action, kind of sitting back. There's still some dissatisfaction that's there. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Cups. This is underlying energy, and this does indicate as an underlying energy that you're looking at what it is that's going to make you happy. You're looking for your wish fulfillment. So let's clarify your reading here. Spirit-wise, the Six of Cups in reverse for Sagittarius. King of Swords in the reverse. Oh, somebody in the past must have been very deceptive with you. The King of Swords in the reverse is a deceptive, cold, mean-hearted energy, almost a narcissistic energy. This would be somebody that in your past, you may have blocked this person, because I do feel like you're angry with this person and you're no longer talking to them. So yeah, there's a blockage here. You blocked them though. Let me see why this Eight of Wands is here in reverse. This person could be at a distance from you, but doesn't have to be. Yeah, you may have walked away and left this person out in the cold, but I feel like it was more of a reaction, Sagittarius, to the way they treated you. Could have been a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but didn't have to be. I feel like you've blocked this person. You're not talking to them. Why is this person could have been a player? Why is this Knight of Wands here? Yeah, this is the outcome. Queen of Wands in the reverse. This is the person that led you to feel in some manner like this dissatisfied energy, like there's a dissatisfaction here. It either came about because this person was being a player, or they were just in and out of your life, or it could have even been a conversation you had with them. So you became single. You let this person go. You are in this very single and prosperous energy. So yeah, I feel like you blocked this person, but you still think about them occasionally. All right, we have the 8 of Swords, and we have the 5 of Wands. So why all this is happening is because you're single. You're enjoying being single. You're out here independent and strong. But there's some kind of a conflict that's going to come up for you that's going to create a lot of anxiety. Yeah. And a lot of you, maybe you're not enjoying being single. Maybe it's creating that anxiety for you. Yeah. But I do feel like this all happened because of feeling trapped in a energy that was full of conflict. Let me see what's on Sagittarius' mind. Why is this King of Wands in reverse? The Emperor in reverse. Some of you are thinking about an Aries in particular, could also be a Leo or another Sagittarius. But you feel like something spun out of control. Something, it's a situation that just went out of control. Nobody took control of it. You don't feel like it's your job to do so. So you're not going to take control of it. A lot of you feel like you were dealing with somebody who was deceptive, maybe even cheated. This person wasn't honest with you. And they could have been actually abusive. This person could have even been abusive. If not physically, I'm getting like a narcissistic energy, an abusive, emotionally abusive energy. This person really kind of tore down your self-esteem, whoever this is. So no wonder you blocked this person. No wonder you left them. Let me see December for you. Show me December for Sagittarius. Yeah, you were not dealing with somebody who was a very nice person, Sagittarius. Show me December for Sagittarius. All right, so you have Judgment, the Sun in reverse, Lovers reversed, Knight of Swords reversed, Magician reversed, 8 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles reversed, Ace of Wands, ooh, the Ace of Cups, and hang on, the 3 of Wands. All right, so there's a lot of energy here, Sagittarius, which I would expect nothing less. My son is a Sagittarius. Sagittarians tend to have a lot of energy and a lot going on. So I do see that you going into December, you're more selective about where you give your feelings and emotions to. You're trying to use better judgment with regard to that, because perhaps in the past, some of this, you weren't as selective, and it maybe brought you some sadness and unhappiness. So in the first week, I do feel like there is somebody that you had an ending with that may pop back up. This is somebody you have not been talking to. This person's going to pop back up with the hopes of trying to bring the two of you back together. This is somebody that you do have feelings and love for, but like I said, you're much more selective now with who you give your feelings and emotions to. So there's some kind of return energy that's happening in the first week of December that you're not going to expect. It's going to be totally unexpected. I'm hearing that old Anxiety song as well. But I don't feel like, I feel like this is somebody that you moved in a different direction with and you're no longer talking to. In the second week of December, I do feel like you are pouring a lot of your energy into work. I feel like there's something that didn't manifest properly due to dishonesty. whether that is work related. For some of you it is, but for others of you, you're just pouring your energy into work because you feel like you've been dealing with somebody who hasn't been truthful, or there's been a big argument. Whatever this was, it happened earlier, likely in the first week of December, and now you're kind of like, you feel like this person may have been manipulative, dishonest, and you're looking at all those details. You might be willing to work this out and balance it out with them, though, because I do see you putting effort into something that didn't manifest in the past. So I do see you also really focusing on your money, and it does look like your money is balancing out. The only problem is the money pours in, a lot of it pours out as well. So you, by the middle of December, into that third week, you're kind of having to really focus on keeping your money balanced. But I do feel like you are going to be able to do that, which is very positive. I also feel like in the third week of December, you're going to have a lot of people who are going to want to spend time with you or to get your attention. A lot of your time is going into work, but so you're going to have to really balance that out. It's going to feel like there's just too many people trying to, pull at you in that third week of December, which does make sense because that's right around Christmas time, and it could be related to that. I do feel like in the fourth week of December, there is somebody here that is trying to come in with a very passionate new beginning. I do feel like this is somebody that you have kind of waited for. This is somebody that there was some sort of a contract or that was breached. It could have been a physical contract, a soul contract, even a social contract. I do feel like there's going to be balance brought in towards the end of the third week into that fourth week. It's likely to start very sexually, but there is a lot of love here. And this is somebody you've been waiting to work things out with. You've been waiting for this. So it could also be that you meet somebody at work, but by the end of the month, you've got this Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. And this is what you've been waiting for. So something big is happening at the end of December. So let me look at how you're showing up. Show me how Sagittarius is showing up. All right, so we have the Seven of Wands reversed. We have the Page of Wands reversed. And we have the King of Cups. Yeah, something big is happening for you, Sagittarius, at the end of December. Because I'm seeing you going in feeling a little hopeless about something, almost feeling defeated. You may have been trying to date. Things haven't been working out with new people. You're meeting a lot of people who are rather immature. But by the end of the month, you're coming into the person that you are extremely compatible with. This person is going to be very open, and it's helping you to become more open. Because I feel like you go into December open and loving, but particularly choosy, which I don't think is a bad thing. By the end of December, you're stepping into more of a powerful, like, openness with your feelings and emotions. And it's resulting because of whatever this new energy, this Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups is. You've been waiting for this, and I feel like you've been looking for love in all the wrong places. And by the end of December, the right one comes along. This person you're highly compatible with. Let me look and see the energy coming towards Sagittarius. It's like your wish fulfillment comes through at the end of December. The Strength card could be a Leo. Two of Cups, Gemini. And the Hermit, Virgo. All right, so the energy coming towards you is somebody who is going to reach out to you. They are a very courageous person. They've worked on themselves quite a bit. This person could be very introspective. There are times like they are very quiet and kind of very reserved, and other times this person, you know, like if they're with people they really know well, they're very outspoken and very gregarious. So this person is extremely balanced, and you know, I do feel like this is somebody who is finding their way towards you. They have had just as much difficulty finding you as you have finding them. So that's one person that I'm seeing coming towards you. You have a soulmate who is approaching you, and this person has been searching for you for quite some time. This also is somebody who has resolved a lot of problems in their life, and they could be recovering from some sort of addiction or toxic behavior. And then you have a third person that I'm seeing here. This person is somebody who is very quiet. This is a very quiet person. They will reach out to you though, but it's going to take them a lot. They're having a hard time finding it within themselves to do so because they are somebody who is normally very reserved. So there's a lot of people in your energy. I don't know if you're dating because you are showing up here as being single, but there's a lot of people here in your energy. Let me see Spirit's advice. Show me Spirit's advice for Sagittarius. All right, we have the 10 of Coins reversed. We have the 10 of Swords reversed. Queen of Pentacles reversed, and the 9 of Wands. Spirit is saying follow your intuition here, Sagittarius. You've become very cautious with people, and that's because you've gone through a lot of pain. You're exhausted, you're tired, you feel like there's so many people you just don't even feel that you've had losses with that have been less than what they should be. People who have betrayed you, things that you have had to come back from. And so at this point, you're battle worn. You don't trust other people, and it's because you've had so much loss. You've had a lot happen here. Spirit is saying follow your intuition, because your intuition will show you exactly who to trust. It will show you, you know, what steps to take next. Don't lean into the past. Lean into yourself. All right, let me see. I'm going to look at your outcome. Show me the outcome for Sagittarius at the end of December. We have the Fool. We have the 7 of Pentacles reversed. And we have the Page of Pentacles. Wow. So you're not going to be investing in things that make you feel less than. That's one of the biggest things I see here. You've made a poor investment in the past with this Queen of Wands. We see this Queen of Wands in your past. You're realizing that that was a poor investment. This person was likely a player, and you're not going to be investing in that any longer. But what I do see happening for you here is that there's a new beginning. You're going to take a leap of faith with someone new. And I see it here also it's going to be in that final week, it looks like, of December. You're moving from, you know, things not working out with people, a foundation that's crumbled with this Queen of Wands here in the past. And that's not a feminine energy. It's somebody, though, who is likely a karmic energy for you. But they took you out of your normal, like, vivacious energy, okay? And I feel like you've realized this person is a bad, you know, match for me. This person is somebody that was a bad investment on my behalf. And I feel like you're going to be embarking on a new journey with someone new towards the end of the month. I like that for you. All right, bottom of the deck is the 4 of Swords in the reverse. This is underlying energy, and it does indicate that there is still healing that does need to take place, but you have wish fulfillment coming in by the end of the month. So, you know, continue your healing, because I feel like that's going to bring in that wish fulfillment even faster. All right, let's pull an oracle card for you, Sagittarius. All right, so you have number 15, the Sentinel. Give me a second. I'm going to read that. All right. It says, within the world you dwell in, a storm is brewing. It is visible to many so far, and most are completely unaware of its approach. They no longer notice the fall and rise of the air about them, the tightening of the pressure, or the release of rain, for they dwell within their glass towers and no longer feel a part of the elements and the dance between them. But you do. And you are aware that there is a force gathering. What its outcome will be, how it will break, and what it will do are still mysteries, but you can prepare for this storm approaching. Others will not listen. Others will see you as negative or fearful when you inform them of what it is you're preparing for. Regardless, prepare anyway. Watch and take care of what it is you need to do. There is nothing to be fearful of. It is simply advanced knowledge of a storm. And storms can damage or they can pass by overhead and clear the air. It is wise to prepare. The sentinel of the skies, this dragon being, has come to you, and you are invited now to see things from his magical perspective, to go high above the buildings and the everyday and see the implications of the change that is coming. This gift of foresight from the friends of the Kitsune will see you well prepared for the gathering storm and will give you foresight and enable you to look out for those who will listen. Make wise choices, preserve, take care, observe, repair, and prepare, and consider what you will do to be sure you are cared for in the future. Know that when the storm passes, for they all will, you will be standing strong and able to help others if necessary and continue with your life. You are being watched over. The sentinel will stand with you always. Whew, that's powerful. All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you, Sagittarius. If you have resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit the hype button also if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Sagittarius, know that you are love. And namaste.